Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Tomo and let's review a model today. In today's video, we are going to be sliding away from civilian model cars and instead focus on a Gazelle. No, not this Gazelle, but it's still a Gazelle. It's an aircraft, a helicopter more specifically from AMP. This beauty. Last December, when I first saw photographs of this model coming out, I got really excited because the previous model that I built was a Heller model in 1/58 scale, and that was a pretty old model from the 70s. It had some good features, but it has a lot of bad features. Most notably, the fuselage was bent, and so the tail is kind of crooked to one side. I could have rectified this problem by putting it on a desk and then heating it up with a heat gun or with one of these, but I didn't. Anyway, so late in December 2021, I saw the first pictures of this Gazelle. It was a computer drawn image that was posted on ScaleMate, and the release date was yet unknown. So I got really even more excited this year in January when I saw that this model was actually released. And the photos that were provided seemed to be very promising, especially when I saw that the stores in Ukraine sold them for around 35 euros. Anyway, to cut a long story short, I did some back and forwards with the suppliers in Ukraine who didn't really give me a really good price on a bulk buy, but I managed to get my hands on one eventually through our supplier in Germany, and I have it here. Now this model promises a lot of potential, but unfortunately doesn't deliver on its promise. And that is not my biggest concern. The biggest concern is the price. Let me just say that this model is really not reasonably priced. It's overly priced for what it actually delivers. And that is the biggest drawback, in my opinion, for this particular model. Anyway, I don't want to spoil the model too much. Let us jump into the box, see all the sexy parts, and then you can make up your own mind about it. Let's go. Hello and welcome to the inbox review of the AMP's newest edition SA341 Gazelle in 1/48 scale. My name is Tomo and this is my small hobby YouTube channel. Ever since Heller stopped producing their 1/50th scale Gazelle, there's been a vacuum for this aircraft and AMP decided to make one. So late in 2021, they've announced a new model and delivered it early this year. The best way I can sum up this model is high on expectations but low on delivery. And if you're gawking at the price tag on the box, we'll come back to that later. There were two main versions of the Gazelle, the SA341 and the SA342, of which this is a 341. Altogether we have 16 versions licensed by different companies, and they all are a little bit different from one another, and the one that's most interesting to me is the Yugoslav version, the Soko, the SA341H and the 342L model. Most notably, the SA314H model was then converted from the Yugoslav Army to Slovenian Territorial Defense Army, which I am most keen on replicating again. And remember when I said that this model is high on expectations but low on delivery? Well, there's a reason. The model itself is not bad. The starting plastic is decent, you get some 3D printed parts for the engine and the back rotors, and the clear parts are okay, not great but okay. You get cutout mask for windows, which is a nice addition. This model also offers very good decals, but the most impressive thing about the model are the 3D decals for the instrument panels. I've never seen them before and they're absolutely gorgeous. So we'll start with 3D decals for the instrument panel because from here on out it just gets progressively worse, unfortunately. These decals, I've never seen them before and I'm really keen to try them out because this is my model and I want to build it again and I want to display the interior for everyone to see. The decal sheet of paper is very well printed. It has nice separation of colors, the details are sharp, clear, and there is no bleeding of edges. On this decal sheet of paper, we will find 5 markings, 2 Royal Navy markings, 1 Royal Air Force markings, markings for Australian Army and the French Army, which are complemented with 5 different paint schemes. With this model kit you also get some cutout mask for windows, which is a huge bonus because masking windows individually is a big pain in the ass. Also a nice addition to this model are the 3D printed parts. These parts mainly cover the engine, the side vent and the back rotor and exhaust assembly. And although it's a nice feature to have them for the details, the detail on them is rather shallow, like on this side vent, and a lot of the detail gets lost due to the, I believe, resolution of the print itself. But it's a nice touch to have, so I'm not gonna complain here. Where things get a little bit more sideways and wonky is the plastic, which is the main thing for the Gazelle. And here you can see the detail on the clear parts, which is really very shallow, and although the clear parts look good, they're not as clear as they're supposed to be for this price, which leads me to the next thing, the price. You might have seen the price tag on the box, which was 59 euros. My god, that is a lot of money for a 48 scale model of a helicopter. That's not even that mainstream. So keeping that in mind, for this kind of money, you expect this model to be pristine, to fall together just like Legos, just like a Tamiya kit actually. It has nice lines, sharp lines, very good detail, parts that they have no flash, screws that are pristine, and have photo etch parts as well as all the other goodies that you've seen already. Unfortunately, this model is neither of that and has neither of this. The parts in the screws need more love and attention from the builder than you should expect from something that costs this much money. And like I've said, it doesn't deliver quite as you expect it to. Although the detail is really very shallow, the interior detail is somewhat okay and can be passed off as good. But where the detail really gets lost is on the outside of the aircraft, most notably on the skids and the helicopter fuselage, which is a big shame because there's a lot of detail that is supposed to be there, but it's just not. So it's gonna force anybody who is gonna be building it to add it on, which is another pain in the ass. And need I remind you that you're paying premium price for this model, which right now it's not looking very premium. I do realize that the research and development of any new model costs a lot of money, but you have to have some realistic expectations on what your end product is going to be. I don't mind paying more for a model as long as that model delivers. Unfortunately, this model does not, and whomever set the prices for the retail market has got to be kidding themselves. You can find this model online on eBay for around 30 to 50 euros depending on which seller you're going to contact, and I think that the reasonable price for this model of this quality would be around 25 euros, maybe 30-ish, depending on, of course, where you live and post and packaging. The last thing to take a look at is, of course, the full colored manual, which comprises of an A4 paper folded in half that has all the necessary steps to build the model. Again, not premium, but it does the job. It tells you how the thing goes together, and it could be better, especially the first few steps, but it is what it is, and that's the end of the review. Thank you for watching. Before we say goodbye, I have a small announcement. Summer is coming again, and during summer months, I'm not that really active in the model building process. I'm mostly outside. So I won't be posting regular videos like usual, but we'll be back in full force in September. However, that doesn't mean that the channel is not going to get any content. During these summer months, I still have some videos in the back end that I need to process together, most notably just to edit them and put them up into the cloud of YouTube so you guys can see them. One such video is going to be a Titanic build from Revell in 1:400 scale, and the second would be a series of short videos which are basically tutorial videos for beginners who want to get into this hobby. But other than that, I don't really have anything major planned. So coming September, more videos, more content. Thank you so very much for watching. If you have been, thank you for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. And I'll see you soon in the next one. Bye.